Okay, I think we have started. All right, let me go ahead and test and make sure it's working on Twitch right now. So let me go to my Twitch dashboard. All right, looks like it's working. Cool. Let me go ahead and let folks know that I'm streaming, and then we shall get started. All right. Hello at everyone. I'm starting a chill 3D modeling live stream as I work on the next creatures in the new monster manual. Come on over, hang out. Talk about your day. It's all good. I'll post the files later online for free as always. Stay amazing. Okay. And then, boop. Put that on my Discord. I guess I'll do that on my Blue Sky too, because why not? And then I'll do that on my what do you call it? I have a Tumblr that I still maintain for some strange reason. I don't know why. I guess because it's really easy to maintain. Nobody cares. It's like the most low effort of all of the social media is just Tumblr. All right. I think that's that. Hello there, Lord of Feet. Thanks for joining me. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Hello there, Crunch988. Thanks for joining my live stream. Appreciate it. So, today we're going to go ahead and get started on the next creature, which is going to be the larva. Technically, it's the lamia, but the lamia from 2014 are still pretty good, so it's kind of dumb for me to remake that when it's like already fine. Let me show you guys the lamia from way back that still hold up, I feel. So here's the lamia female. Obviously she's fine. Just no reason for me to like tackle that again. And here's the lamia male. So yeah, it's pretty solid. This is what she looks like printed. So yeah, I don't really see a need to tackle the lamia now because it still looks pretty good. So we're going to move on to the next thing, which is going to be the larva. So in the D&D lore, the larvae are nasty little creatures that basically are the souls of wicked and nefarious people that are sent down to the lower planes to become basically these sad little wretches. So yeah, sucks to suck. Some cuties in the reference area. They are cute. I agree. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started on working on the larva. So let's go ahead and first build the workspace. So we're gonna bring in a medium-sized creature marker. And then were these designed for what? I swear I've read this somewhere before, but I can't find it. Were these designed for resin or over extrusion? They were designed for both. It's easier in resin, but you can do it in FDM. I print in FDM all the time. Anyway, So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yep. So let's go ahead and sculpt these little dudes, these little cuties, these little cutie pies, these little guys, larva. They're so cute. Look at them. So cute. They're so cute. I wonder why larva plural is larvae with an E at the end. Anybody like really nerdy about you know, wordplay and origins of words and things like that? Anybody? Any English majors in here? Anybody? When we get the joyful messages via Discord, what is the drink of choice? Larvae, pupae. Well, for me right now, the drink of choice is coffee, because it is pretty early. Pretty early for a drink. Though I guess it is 4 p.m. somewhere in the world. It stems from that language. Blame Latin. Oh, that Latin, it'll get you. So blame the Romans. Yeah. There's a lot of things in the world you could probably blame the Romans for. But they did build some pretty cool architecture, I'll give them that. Well, they didn't build it. If you know, you know. But, yeah. So I hope you guys are good. The aqueduct. Oh yeah, no, the aqueduct is done. This is dope. What have they ever done for us? Alright, that looks pretty good. Nice base shape going on here. No autonomous here from your Discord. Have you ever muck around with Nomad for sculpting? I'm thinking about trying to learn modeling myself with the intent of sculpting an FDM. I've tried using PAX or P4Cs resin to FDM plugin to Blender, but always mixed results. I've never heard of Nomad, and no, probably not. Yep, sorry, can't say I ever heard of Nomad before, and I'm pretty good at Blender, and I'm gonna leave it at that, so that's kind of it. Thank you for all you do. I've been printing dragons and storm rig models. Cool. Nomad is a sculpting program for tablets that's a lot like ZBrush. Neat. Yeah, I don't really care for ZBrush either, so don't really want to pay a subscription right now. Okay, I think that's a nice base shape. Let me go ahead and start. Hide you for now. Let's go ahead and start building the base features for this fella. So sculpt mode. Turn on that. Turn on Dentopu. Bring it to 15. No problem. I only got Nomad since I one-time payment and the post goes up. Cool. Good luck with that. I'm sure Nomad works just as good as any other, you know, sculpting program. All that matters is, doesn't matter what kind of brush you use or what canvas you use. All that matters is what kind of painting you make in the end. And you're going to get to that painting one way or another. That's why, you know, some people use tablets and some people still use keyboard and mouse like I do. In the end, it doesn't matter. All that matters is what the final result is. Oh, goodness. For program of choice, whatever floats your goat. Exactly. Hello. True enough. Do you have any tips for sculpting minis with FTM focus? I have many something details I have to please. Yeah. You model something, and then when you're done modeling it, you put it in your slicer, and whatever your slicer tells you is good to go, and you proceed from there. And if your slicer says it's going to fail, then you modify the model until it looks right. And then eventually you will have a working functional model. It's a lot of trial and error. You'll eventually get there, but it takes time. So that's kind of it. It's just a lot of trial and error until you get something that looks right. And it takes time and patience. You need to give yourself time, and somehow bless yourself with patience. It's not a lot easier said than done. We got some chatty catties today. Yes. And then they says, true enough, do you have any? No. All right. But apart from the sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, whatever, what's ever done for us. Yeah. Yeah. That tracks. Most of the issues are probably filament related with unstringing reservoirs. Yep. Pretty much. You'll get there. You just gotta make the time. Which is easier said than done because, you know, people have things going on beyond their artistic ambitions. You know, you probably have kids and you probably have family issues and all kinds of stuff going on. And it's like, it's very hard to pull away to make art. So, yeah, it's rough. So, sorry. I hope that you will be able to find the time to express yourself artistically, because expressing yourself with art is dope. But again, easier said than done. I tried to print the run response MZ made with the pre-supported NP 4C plugin, but the full fee fluffs antenna, so the speed and break very easily, antenna break easily in Resin 2. Yeah. You just gotta be careful when you remove supports. Yep, support removal is its own art form, I feel. That's why I was asking about tips of sculpting with the things that reminds me, nothing in mind, XD. Okay. Well, like I said, you just gotta model something that you want to have on your table top, and you bring it into your slicer, and then you see where the errors are, and then you adjust from there. Watching streams in general helps me a lot. They're a visual learner, and I feel like watching try it not bad. Okay, that's cool. I need to put on some shading up in here. I'm starting to have a hard time seeing what I'm doing. Use more eyes for seeing. I'm secretly a beholder in disguise, paying no attention to my stocks move along. Pretty sure beholders are not real. Yep, I'm pretty sure about that. Trust me, I know. I'm a human, just like you and me. Very much a human. Definitely not a lich holder. Lich holder. It's a fun term. But nope, just a good old human, just like you and me. I love human things, like eating and drinking and consuming substance for survival. And yeah, so very human. Yeah. I remember the donut tutorial. I remember that from way back. It's actually an older, it's actually a much older sculpting exercise than what Blender is. I remember back in the Maya days, the donut exercise. MZ, is there a mirror setting in Blender for symmetry while sculpting? Yes, there is a mirror setting for sculpting. If you were to go to the sculpting tools, like in this one in Blender 4.2, the symmetry lock is in the sculpting tools. So like right now I have X on. And if you were modeling, just straight up just modeling, and you were altering existing geometry that you weren't planning on altering, there's the X mirror function. So there's that. And then there's also the, what is it called? Modifier, the mirror modifier. You can use that too. So yeah, it's fun. What would you say are the sculpting brushes you use the most? I have no idea. I don't really keep a count. I kind of use them all. Sorry. It's a good question. What do I use the most? I don't know. Never really thought about that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, actually. Now I'm really trying to think about it. I really know. I guess a smooth tool. That's technically used the most because I press the shift button whenever I'm sculpting to use it, right? So technically, in theory, that's the most used one, right? Guess. I don't know. Yes, I put my finger in my mouth and I was counting my teeth. In case anybody was wondering. Like, how many teeth are there? Look, if it works, it works. All right. It's true. He does have an easier time when it comes to teeth because he has 9. There were a variety of issues with that trilogy, but that was probably one of the best scenes in the entire charade. From what I understand, that was like the first scene that they filmed. Given how iconic it was like the first scene that they had to do. It was like their priority. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. What's the plan after these redos? I personally find it very lacking sci-fi, cyberpunk. I know you're dabbling in Starfinder. I don't know. I have no idea. It's up to my patrons to decide. I'll make another poll. And then after I make a poll, they'll decide on what my next project is. It could be anything. I don't remember if you offer it, but do you do custom requests for models? Sure. My patrons have a request board and they can request whatever they wish, as long as it falls within specific guidelines. Guidelines being, you know, don't request things from Disney and don't request things from video games, things like that, you know. And the wait time is usually about 2 years, and then they get whatever they want. I don't do commission work. Nope, do not do commission work. No, thank you. So yeah, I have a request board. Usually it takes about 2 years, but when it's done, it's done. Death carrot. Sure, why not? rubies. So I hope you guys are good today. Thanks for joining me as I make art and stuff. Much appreciated. And to the active patrons out there that ensure I still have a roof over my head, thank you very much for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. It's not every day an artist can say that he's, you know, actually doing okay. Being a full-time artist is an honor and a privilege, so thank you. Welcome. Is there a stretch brush? A stretch brush? Stretch brush. Stretch brush. Oh. Stretch. I don't think so. I mean, there's the snake tool. That kind of works like stretching. It increases the geometry that you create as you pull the object away from, you know, the rest of the geometry. So that kind of works like a stretch. Kind of. Sort of. So there's that. I don't know, that's what you're looking for. There's also the grab tool. That kind of can stretch geometry in its own weird little way. There's that. But like there's no official brush called stretch. Never heard of that before. Yeah, it's called a snake tool. Yeah, it's called the snake tool, not the not stretch. To be honest with you, I haven't heard a term stretch used in art in a very long time, so that kind of caught me off guard. It's like, oh, there's a term I haven't heard in a long while that doesn't involve, you know, morning calisthenic work. Speaking of morning calisthenics, today was chest day. I know you guys can't see me, but I'm flexing. Chest day. I guess I should be doing some I should probably be doing some kind of self-promotion stuff, right? I guess I should do that. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to my live stream today. If you are interested in supporting this independent artist as he creates free art for the world to enjoy, along with a variety of other fun little perks when it comes to being a patron to me, the link to my Patreon is right there in the chat. I offer my patrons a variety of fun little perks, like having all 7,000 of my works and 7,500 of my works in one convenient place. There's also a Discord, a request board, and a variety of other fun little perks that come along with being a patron of mine. And if you sign up now, you get free cookies. Okay, maybe the cookies part was a bit of a stretch, but you'll want to get free cookies after supporting me. So that kind of counts. Kind of, sort of, maybe. No, not really. Hi there, so do you like this older Blender UI? I sure do. That's why I downloaded the UI from the latest version of Blender and imported it as a skin. In blenderskins.com, you can customize your Blender however you want it to, with your favorite UIs, and that's what I did with mine. Sorry, it's my upload for later today. Was that a Necron proxy I saw? LOL. A Necron proxy? What's a Necron? Finally caught one of your live streams. Cool. I'm working on Through All the Ancient Dragons, 2 more to go. Working on Red now. It's huge. It is huge. He's a big fella. I think the red one is one of my favorites from the new book. While it does pretty much look like a Game of Thrones dragon, it still has a lot of charm to it, so I like it. Nice. Cool. I'm glad my works were able to help you guys out. Speaking of works, I needed an imp for one of my upcoming games. I actually printed it. I need to paint it today at some point. Yeah. Alright. I'd say this is one handsome looking little guy. Cool. Very cool. All right, I'd say this is one successful looking little larva guy. I think he looks pretty good. Looks a lot like your office manager. Oh no. Poor guy. Alright, I'd say it's pretty good. Go ahead and put this guy on the stand here. Go ahead and rig him up. And then after we rig him up, I'll go ahead and make a swarm of him. I'm very curious as to this next part. Do you add spines or anything to manipulate him into the base? Spines? I don't know what you're talking about. The approach is really different from me as a game dev, but cool for sure. Wakanda Automa blend, that's what I'm checking out right now. It's really different, okay. Never seen the rigging done. I don't know what they would have called it. Okay, oh, you don't know about rigging, so I was like, what's a spine? So, rigging. Sure, let me show you. So basically what you do is you're creating a skeleton, not spines. You're creating a skeleton. You use armatures to create the skeleton. And you build the armature interface inside the model itself. And then when the model is done, or excuse me, the skeletal interface is done, you connect the body to the skeleton, which is called a rig, or the rigging process. Once the rig is connected to the skeleton, or connected to the body, you can then move the armatures however you need to modify the geometry further. You know, in animation, the rigging is obviously very important, but I use rigging for model manipulation, which is pretty damn useful. So this is me building the armature right now. Don't need to get too crazy with this because it's just a little wormy dude. But I'll still add enough to manipulate him as need be. That's probably enough. It's not a complicated model. Maybe a little extra at the end. Probably a little more at the neck too. That should be it. Okay. Each sphere is a movement joint. Yes, each little sphere is a movement joint, and the little triangles are the areas that is affecting the skeleton. Do you use Top Gun for what? Do you use Tapu Gun? I don't know what Tapu Gun is. You keep the older blender so your workflow stays the same, like rigid bones. No, this is actually the latest version. This is Blender 5.0. It's a beta version, but I used the 2.79 skin, so that's why it looks like the older version. You can customize your blender to look however you want. On blenderskins.com, you can change anything. It's a skin, yeah, haha. Yep, it's a skin, yep. Yeah, it's a skin. Totally not a old version, because I don't feel like changing, because, you know, I'm used to my old ways, and the method of modeling that I do doesn't need to be altered anyway, because the newer versions of the modeling programs don't actually offer anything that benefits my current workflow. Nope, it's a skin. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Go ahead and save. Save as. Rigged. But yep, Blender 6.0. Here we go. It's like such a new version that like even the creators of Blender don't know about it. It's that new. It's crazy. It's crazy how new it is. All right. It's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. Which brush sets are you using for monster skins and so on? I mean, whatever comes with the basic Blender brushes is what I use most of the time. When I need a specific texture, though, I'll have to find a texture base file online and then go from there. That was fast. A little too fast. I don't trust it. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I guess it wasn't really that complicated of a model, so probably it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and rig this guy up, or not rig this guy up. Let's go ahead and pose him. Save. Save as larva post. Okay. Bendy boy. He's a bendy boy. All right, let's go ahead and pose this guy. Sad guy. Well, whenever you feel bad about a, you know, soul suffering. Don't forget that he's in hell for a reason. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'd say that's pretty good larva. Pretty good little guy. He was an office manager. Yeah, probably. Exactly. That looks like a thing out of Nightmares. Let's go ahead and fix the lighting, and then we'll go from there. That poor dude. All right, well, that's one. Larva. Okay. Next, let's work on the larva swarm. Now, the larva swarm, if I remember correctly, wrong one. In fact, let me just move out to this folder. This is where I'm uploading files later today. Anyway. The larva swarm of larvae, large swarm of medium fiends, neutral evil. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and make ourselves a swarm of these guys. For performance, are you using the new Vulkan graphic setting? I have no idea what a Vulkan graphic setting is. So you could easily shrink and clone to make Swarm of Model 2. Nah, just copy and paste them. I'm pretty sure this is what happens to Will in Baldur's Gate 3 if you fuck up your contract with Azara. I got him out of the contract with Azara. I can't remember that storyline. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, poor Will. I heard that there's a version of him that has horns or something, but I don't know. I never really got that into the game. But it's a pretty good game. Yeah. But yeah, I've seen fan art with Will with horns, and I'm like, that's crazy. Why would you give that poor dude horns? He's already dealing with enough as it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and save. Now let's go ahead and make ourselves a swarm. So we're gonna go ahead and open that rigged version again. I'm gonna grab this guy. This is rigged, right? Yes, it is. Good. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him what. But yeah, pretty good game. I only played it once. It's a pretty decent ending, I thought. I just thought it was crazy that, like, at the end of the game, there's just this crazy menagerie of just various bad guys that you helped throughout the game that come and back you up, you know? Big old hag and big old devil fella and just a variety of interesting characters. It's really fun. Oh well. I think one of the most memorable fights in the game, though, is in the beginning when you fight that barbarian, tiefling, devil lady, whatever the hell she was. She was tough, but she went down. Plus, she was evil, so you know, it's for the greater good. Right? Of course you kill Karlach. She's a devil trying to destroy the world. Did you not listen to Will when he was describing her? Duh. Not a monster, you know. Alright, let's make an angry version of this guy. You copy this dude. I'll put him over here for now. She's my favorite. How is she your favorite? She's just a boss you just defeat. It's not like you can recruit her or anything. That'd be like if you tried to recruit that vampire in the beginning of the game. Surprisingly easy to beat that guy. Oh well. That was another hard fight actually in the beginning of the game where you beat that vampire. That was pretty fun. I just think it's crazy that they show in the cover artwork the vampire you defeat in the beginning of the game. It's like, spoilers, you know? Crazy. Oh well. Mintara, I can fix her. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this swarm now. So we're just gonna... First we're gonna... Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm dumb. Let me stop right here. Let me save. Let me open up the post. Oh no! I messed up. This was supposed to be saved as the larva swarm. Larvae swarm. Then let me undo all of that. Just undo everything that I just did here. Literally everything. And then save as rigged. All right. Now let me open the posed guy. I'm just gonna grab this dude real quickly. Because why would I not use at least this guy, right? So larva swarm. Anyway, I had to do breathing exercises. No, MZ is pure nerve, never rage baiting. Yeah, no, I don't rage bait. What's wrong with you? But yeah. It's a pretty good game. I should play it again. I heard that there's like multiple endings besides the one where you make a big statue of yourself and everybody's building it for you happily as you take over the world. What game were we talking about? Baldur's Gate 3. It was a very popular game last year. But yeah, I should play it again someday. I don't know when. It's hard to make time for things like that. All right, so we got that guy done. I'll have to look it up. Yeah. Apparently it's based off a true story, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna make this guy angry. Grr. Lunch is over, back to work. Do more live streaming. I can watch your process and you can re-rig stuff. I'm surprised you don't use IK. Looks like based on Dungeons and Dragons. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I only live stream when I like feel like the model I'm working on is like really, really, really interesting for a live stream. Like, I make many interesting things, I feel, but I don't think that the process for making them sometimes justifies a live stream, you know? Like, say I make a model, somebody requests for like, I don't know, very generic looking human fighter. It's like, it still takes time for me to make that, you know, but it's just not something I feel people would care to watch me make, you know? Because it involves less modeling and more, you know, posing existing models that I already have and just, you know, modifying them as I need to and things like that. And I just don't think that that's very interesting. Okay. You live stream when the stars are right. Exactly. What's IK? I don't remember what IK is. I mean, correction, I know what IK is. I just don't remember off the top of my head how to describe it. It's a method of controlling rigs, but it's an extra step that I don't need to do because the rigs that I need are for altering geometry for the purpose of 3D printing. And because the purpose of it is for 3D printing, not for animation, not for reusable models that I plan on using again and again and again, like it's because the models that I need are specifically for one use and one use only. It's not necessary for me to go all out and do the IK stuff. So that's why I don't bother with IK things. Yeah, exactly. It's more relevant for printing and posing. It's not relevant for what I do. Sorry, yeah, it's not relevant for anime. It's relevant for animation stuff, not for the things that I do, which is making a model, then posing it, printing it, etc., etc. Not necessary. My cool model. It's always fun and interesting to watch your modeling process. Did you skip the Lamia? Yeah, I skipped the Lamia because the one from the 2014 collection still holds up. You showed it earlier at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, the Lamia still holds up. So I didn't bother making a 2025 version because, as you can see, she's still pretty solid. So yeah, the Lamia did not need an update. I think that the Lamia is fine. It's pretty good, so I skipped it because it wasn't really necessary. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pose this dude, shall we? Thanks for the clarification. I entered the stream late. It's all good. I don't mind people just tuning in when they can, you know. This isn't work. I mean, it's work for me, but you know, this isn't like a school situation or something. But yeah, the Lamia from the 2014 book still looks really good. And it's just like, if I were to make that for this collection, that would be work for the sake of work, and that's not necessary, I feel. Just seems silly to try to do that. I guess the phrase work smarter, not harder or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's really relevant to this, but it just feels like it's kind of a waste of time. So yeah, that's why I skipped it. Poor guy. Let me try that again, but with a different fashion. There we go. Thanks for the clarification, stream mate. So what else are loathed and Discord brushes that are frizzy and with bench shape? I turned those into dry brushes and brushes for contrast metallic paints. Yep. Makes sense to me. Oops. Do 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 do. You should put at least one of the larvae climbing across the others and one biting another's tail tip. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I was actually thinking that this guy could be covering this dude's tail a little bit. So let me put him there and then pose his tail so it's covering the other ones. There we go. Alrighty. Let's continue, shall we? Okay, chat, what are their names? What are their names? That's a very good question. Larry, Mo, Curly, and Steve. All right, let's go ahead and continue. So now that we got the base 4 down that are like basically like the cover guys, now we can put in the rest of these dudes that are basically there to just fill in the spot, fill in the space. Let's go ahead and move this guy's body around so he's not, you know, completely engulfing another dude's space. Okay. Various politicians. Reader's choice, of course. Alright. We no longer need this guy's base body anymore. So let's go ahead and give this guy, why don't we make this guy a little happy? You know, the other guys are angry or distressed. Why don't we make this guy a little cheerful? Let's go ahead and do that. So, first let me close his mouth a little bit. Pose mode. And then let's go ahead and make this guy a little happier. There we go. A happy little guy. I like this guy. This guy's alright. He's just like, yeah, I'm in hell, but you know what? I'm in hell with my friends, and damn it, I think that's great. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I think this guy should be like right on top. He's the happy guy. He's just like, hey, look, guys, we're in hell. I get it. It sucks, but come on. At least we got each other. Yeah. God, I would be insufferable in hell. Be like, look, I know that it's just awful, and you know the screaming and the torment and all that, but like, it's kind of metal too, right? I mean, come on, look at that. Look at that torture device over there. You don't see that every day. It's great. Me, a mere 151. Name one, Jimothy. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix this one. I like the idea of this one kind of scolding the happy one. It's like, could you take this seriously? Nope. That is exactly what that situation is. I love that movie. That was my favorite of the MonsterVerse movies. It wasn't perfect, but when has a Godzilla movie besides -1 and Shin Gojira and Godzilla vs. Megalon been perfect? I mean, come on. Let them fight. I thought that the animation trilogy on Netflix was beautifully animated, but the story was kind of like messed up. And the ending was awful. It's like, oh, so I got this Mothra acolyte pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad. Let me just freaking, yeah, like, no thanks. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody any further than I need to, but that was a terrible ending. The concept was great, and I think that the book that came before it would have been a way more interesting anime than the show itself. I just did not like it at all. It was way more depressing than it needed to be. Oh well. Story was weird, as you say. It's a Godzilla movie series. I know. Might have made me straight cry. It was based on supporting characters, but yeah, I agree. There was also the anime series where Godzilla fucks with reality itself or something. Oh yeah, that's Godzilla Singular Point. Oh my god, I actually really like that anime. So it was insane. Like, it was absolutely an insane concept, and I loved it. I love that they actually got experts in quantum mechanics to be like, to help with creating the story. Like, that was nuts. And then it's just literally reality itself is unfolded before you in an anime. Like, oh my god, I loved it. It was funny too. It was really funny, very well done. Yeah, I loved Godzilla Singular Point. Does this mean I'm the first time traveling AI? Sure. But anyway. So good. I love the -1. I was kind of surprised how similar it is to parts of the manga Asadora. I never saw Asadora. They did a death battle between that version of Godzilla and Hulk. Ooh, cool. Seriously though, these guys look a little these guys have little humanoid feeties. Yeah, they do. Alrighty, let's pose this guy. Let's go ahead and have him pointing a different direction than the main dude. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this guy some like half-orc features. Make him look a little different from his brethren. Now I'm saying, instead of the pins, how unnerving it would be to follow these six-pack bandages or something. Or they find them as larvae. Okay. Wait, do we need tiny goblin or kobold larva? I think we're probably fine as is. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. All right, I think that's pretty good. It's a pretty decent swarm. I'll tighten this up right over here. Let's make sure that there's no significant errors in geometry. Yeah, right here. This needs to go up a little bit. Oh, this guy actually needs to just come up completely.
Come on.
There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I'd say we're pretty good. Go ahead and save this real quickly. Now let me go ahead and save my work, which I did. Now let's go and make this a nice little render. And then we will get this ready for printing. Be right back, making lunch. Nice. Don't forget to make lunch for me. Nah, I'm kidding. I thought I might make myself like a turkey club or something. I don't know.
It looks great. I hate it.
Mr. Catholic Ninja. Peace be with you. And also with you. Let us give thanks. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, that's right. I went to Catholic school for 14 years of my life. I like that there's one dude who's just like, you know what? I'm just happy I'm here. Right?
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh my god, that looks ridiculous. The happy one. The happy one looks even more ridiculous. Alright, let's fix this lighting a little bit. Exactly. There's always that one larva that's just happy to be in a swarm. He's just like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Come on, guys. It could be worse. At least we got each other. a little better, but needs more coverage. We bring that down to a 1. Bring that down to a 1. Then we increase the amount of ambient light by just placing them there. And then should be okay now. There we go.
Thanks, I hate it.
Well, there we go, folks. The swarm of larvae. Ta-da! Oh, it looks awful. Let me fix a couple of details on their faces real quickly. Notice that there's some geometric mishaps going on here. Should be it. There we go. All right, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and export this. Larva swarm. Very nice. Also looks like I didn't export the original guy as an STL, so let me go ahead and do that now. larva post. All right, save, export, larva. All right, let's go ahead and now make this printable now, right? Alrighty, I don't need that source artwork anymore. So what I'm using to make sure that the file is printable is with Windows 3D Builder, an older program, but it still checks out. Alright, so that's still good. So while this is doing its thing in the background, I'll go ahead and start prepping this for printing. File, import, configuration. Okay. First, let's make a pre-supported larva. Now for FDM printing, I would probably print this guy angled upward so that there's no supports needed in the mouth. So I would just do it like that. Like this is how I would print it in FDM. The little nubbins under him probably won't show up, so I wouldn't even stress about those. So this is how I would print him. Let me export him as is. And then let's go ahead and do some pre-supports. Pre-supports is how you start this process. Let's go ahead and manual edit. So you always cover the bottom of the model with lots of supports. That way it ensures its success. Hey there, Nat, how's it going? How are things on your side of the world, bud? Good going, making elementals. Nice. I hope that you're having a good time making them elementals. I made. It's very nice. It's very sunny today. Woo! That's good. Oh, let me show you what I made. I made a square. What do you think? I know. Breaking boundaries in the 3D world. Crazy, right? But along with making, you know, a square, I also made a swarm of larvae. Aren't they cute? Thanks, I hate it. Yeah. I hope you like the fact that I added one that was just having a good time. He's just like, look, man, I'm in hell, but you know what? I'm with my friends. So it could be so much worse. I'm just happy to be here. His name is Jimothy. Exactly. All right. So anyway, I was working on making a pre-supported boy. All right. So let's see here. So like I said before, I wouldn't stress too much about the little nubbins on this guy because they're just so tiny. It's like you're just gonna miss them anyway. So I wouldn't stress about that. But there you go. Let's go ahead and apply the changes. Top tier sub gets the name the larva. Sure, why not? Okay, and now that that guy's done, Now we'll import the larva swarm. Okay. Let's go ahead and angle this upward and away. You gotta angle it so you don't need supports in the mouth, and also so that resin doesn't cup into the mouth too much. I think that should be pretty good. And then, given that they're all pointed upward, you don't have to worry about supports on the head. You might have a bit of a problem with some of the little nubbins, but given it's such a small detail, the support removal will be pretty easy to manage. So I wouldn't worry about that. This would probably be a nightmare to print in FDM. No, I don't think so. If you angle it this way, point it upward, this will be easy in FDM. All their faces are basically pointed roughly in the same direction. So yeah, you'd have a pretty easy time printing this in FDM. Would it be perfect? I don't think so. You might miss a couple of little details, but for the most part, this would be pretty easy in FDM. So no, this would not be hard at all in FDM. Let me go ahead and export this as is. That way people know the best angle to print it. Let me go ahead and auto-generate. Les mieux. Yeah. By the way, Nat, I'm trying a new setting on my OBS. Just out of curiosity, which stream are you watching this on? Are you watching this on YouTube or are you watching this on Twitch? You're watching it on Twitch. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was messing with my settings earlier and I was just curious. I just clicked the link in your Discord. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well, thanks for joining. Much appreciated. What settings did you change? Oh, I just changed like the multi-chat feature. And it looks like it's working okay, because I see some YouTube people chatting with me sometimes, and then I see some Twitch people chatting. Oh wait, there's a little icon next to your name that's the Twitch symbol. Never mind, it's fine. Twitch didn't know what this was on YouTube. OBS can stream to multiple platforms. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and make sure there's no unnecessary supports. So like we don't need the ones in the mouth because the mouth are just basically pointed upward. I think I might leave the ones inside the orc mouth down. Yeah, it looks like the hardest supports are the ones in the little nubbins, the little itty bitty claws, and those are easy to remove anyway, so yeah, I think this would actually not be that hard. So is there a reason you don't just stream to Discord specific? I don't stream to Discord specifically because there's a lot of people out there that aren't on my Discord that watch. There's some people who aren't patrons that might watch, and it just opens it up to more people out there discovering me and, you know, maybe even wanting to support me. I don't know. So that's why. Well, they should be. Oh. That would be nice. I do appreciate the patrons that I have now, though, especially in this time where things are getting crazy and more expensive. Supporting the arts is still a very important thing for the sake of humanity. So yeah, this is not that bad. It would be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get rid of the supports around the nubbins, but all the main stuff is still, for the most part, good to go. So yeah, I would run this under hot water and then just slowly peel it off. But yeah, this could be done. Everyone subbed in Discord. Aw, that's cute. All right, well, there you go. Okay. Well, there you go. I made 2 creatures today. I made the larvae. And then I made the larva swarm. So I'd say that's pretty good. All right, let me go ahead and work on another project. And then I think that will be it for me. Let's see here. I might actually live stream the next model when I start working on it, but we'll see. Anyway, I need to go and I probably should consider making a lunch for myself soon. Yeah, but the next creature is kind of neat. So that is the lemure. The lemure is gonna be fun. Lemure. The least of all devils, lemures arise from wicked souls, their mortal memories scoured away. Only vague limbs and anguished features jet from these slurries of infernal proto-matter. Lemures torment weaker creatures, but in the 9 hells, few such beings exist. To avoid greater suffering, they obey orders of more powerful devils. And then there's the lemure, and then there's the swarm of lemures. So, yeah, pretty gross. Anyway, all right. So lemure is going to be the next thing that I'm going to work on. Shouldn't be too hard to make. Oh, I see I got some questions here. Since this is kind of a Q&A, what's the hardest sculpt you've made? I don't really know what's the hardest sculpt I've ever made. I never really thought about it. IRC, the lemures are sort of the devilish slimes. Yep, they are. Thanks for taking the time with us today. Definitely very fun, relaxing, appreciated. You're welcome. All right, well, let me go and load up these models. Then I gotta go make myself lunch, and then I'll start on the next creature. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, but I might as well start the base work, and then maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, we'll see. All right, folks, let me get going. I will get some grub, and then I will go ahead and start working on the next project. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. See ya. Bye.